Canine dog Juno and Mira's silent sketchbook versus apple tree boogeyman. The morning is cold, but the sky is clear. Frost still sticks to the grass like tiny glass beads. The old apple orchard sits quiet, waiting for the school buses. Officer Leaf Holt steps out of his county SUV. His metal knee brace clicks when he walks. Juno, his tan and black shepherd, jumps down beside him. Her nose twitches at every smell. Life rubs the scar on her left shoulder. Shrapnel from a war. She never asked to join. Easy, girl, he whispers. Just kids today. 3 yellow buses roll up the gravel road. Doors open, and kids spill out in coats of every color. They laugh, chase, and drop backpacks on picnic tables. Their teachers try to keep count, but the kids keep moving like wind. 1 small girl walks slower than the rest. Mira Delgado, age 11, holds a black sketchbook against her chest. Her dark hair covers half her face. She does not speak to anyone, but her eyes see everything. She finds a spot under the biggest apple tree and sits cross-legged. Her pencil moves fast across the page. Sketch. A tall man wearing a baseball cap. He is pulling a child into the shadows between the trees. Mira closes the book before anyone can look. Mr. Vale steps off the last bus last. He is tall and thin, with neat brown hair and a soft voice. He wears a blue volunteer vest that says chaperone in bold letters. A camera strap crosses his chest like a seatbelt. He smiles at every child. Who passes, "Good morning, explorers," he says. Today we learn the secret stories of apples. Some kids giggle. Vale's voice sounds kind, but his eyes stay busy, counting heads like a shepherd who has lost a lamb. Leif and Juno walk the edge of the field. Juno's ears twist at every sound. When Vale's shadow crosses her path, Juno stops. The fur on her back rises. A low growl comes from deep in her throat. Leif tugs the leash. "Not now, Juno." Juno does not move. She stares at Vale as if she can read his thoughts. Vale notices. His smile freezes for half a second, then grows wider. "Beautiful dog," he tells Leif. "Shame I'm allergic." Leif nods once, polite but short. He leads Juno away, yet Juno keeps looking back. Later, the kids play a trust game called Blind Bird. One child closes her eyes and follows a partner's voice. Mira stands alone until Vale kneels beside her. "I can be your guide," he says softly. "I know a quiet place where the best apples grow. Just you and me and my camera." Mira's fingers squeeze her sketchbook. She shakes her head. "No," Vale leans closer. "It's our secret. Artists love secrets, right?" Juno, 50 feet away, lifts her head. The leash is loose, but her body is tight like a spring. She smells fear rolling off Mira like smoke. She smells something else too. Plastic, rope, and candy mixed together inside Vale's coat pocket. Juno snarls. The sound cracks across the field. Kids stop mid-run. Teachers turn. Leaf grabs the leash with both hands. Juno, down. She does not sit. She lunges. The nylon leash snaps with a pop. Juno bolts straight toward Vale and Mira. Her paws kick up Frost. Vale's face changes. For 1 second, the kind mask slips. His hand reaches for Mira's wrist, and Juno is there, planting herself between them. Her teeth show. Her growl is louder now, steady like a drum. Mira's eyes fill with tears, but she does not run. She opens her sketchbook to the last page and holds it up. A drawing shows Vale's hand, grabbing a small arm under the apple trees. Leaf arrives, panting. His radio crackles. Other teachers hurry over. Vale forces a laugh. "Just play," he says. Kids and dogs, always dramatic. But Leaf sees Mira's drawing. He sees Juno's unbroken stare. He feels the cold morning turn colder. He clicks the safety off his radio. "Everyone stay together," he says, voice flat. Field trips on hold. Juno does not relax. She stays beside Mira like a wall, waiting for the next move. The buses are parked in a line, engines off, but no one climbs back inside. The teachers form a loose circle around the kids. Their whispers sound like wind through dry leaves. Leif walks the field with Juno. Every 10 steps, Juno's nose drops to the ground, then lifts again. She keeps pointing toward the white van marked Orchard Volunteer. It belongs to Mr. Vale. Sheriff Roe King arrives in her silver truck, boots crunching frost. Her badge gleams. Under the pale sun, she talks low with Leif. "I checked the volunteer list," she says. "Mr. Vale's paperwork is perfect, too perfect. No digital trail before last year." Leif shows her Mira's sketch. The tall man, the shadow, the small hand, Roe sighs. "We need solid proof. Elections in 6 weeks. One wrong move and the whole county blames me." She radios 2 deputies to watch from the road. but tells them to stay. Hidden inside the picnic area, Miss Indigo, the art teacher, kneels by Mira. Indigo's coat is bright purple like grape soda. "Can I see your drawings?" Indigo asks. Mira opens her sketchbook. Page after page shows the same man, the same trees, but the pictures grow darker. In the newest drawing, the man holds a camera like a weapon. Indigo's eyes widen. "You drew tomorrow," she whispers. Mira nods, then points to the cellar door under the old barn. Her finger trembles across the grass. Vale talks with Principal Dodd. His voice is calm, almost kind. The dog is stressed. Vale says, "Maybe the war changed her. I can help calm the kids." Principal Dodd looks uncertain. Vale's smile never breaks. Leaf watches from the fence line. He remembers another child in another country, a girl who trusted the wrong uniform. His hand tightens on Juno's leash. Late that afternoon, the teachers plan a short hike to the North Grove. Vale volunteers to lead the smallest group. 5 kids, including Mira. Juno refuses to let Mira walk beside Vale. She plants herself between them. Ears flat, Leaf steps in. Change of plans. Mira stays with me and Juno. Vale's smile flickers. Of course, safety first, when the other groups leave. Leaf takes Mira to a picnic table. He opens a small notebook. "Can you tell me what he said?" He asks. Myra's eyes fill, but no words come. She flips to a fresh page and draws a quick picture. Vale offering a bright candy bar. A rope coiled like a snake behind his back. Life's jaw clenches. He radios Ro. "We need that van searched, Ro." Answers. "Need a warrant. Judge is at a conference till tonight." Dark clouds roll in. Wind rattles the bare branches. Leif feels time sliding away. He walks Juno past the van. Juno sniffs the back doors and sits. Her signal for something wrong. Leif peeks through the window. On the floor lies a black duffel bag. The zipper is open just enough to show yellow rope, silver duct tape, and rows of candy bars. His heart pounds. He snaps a photo with his phone. Ro texts back. "Hold position. Don't spook him." Evening comes early. The kids roast marshmallows under teacher watch. Vale moves between them with his camera, taking pictures, saying memories last forever. Mira sits with Juno. She opens her sketchbook again. A new drawing shows the cellar door wide open, snow swirling inside. She taps the page and looks at Life. Her lips form one word, no sound. Now, Leaf glances at the sky. The first snowflake falls. He kneels beside Juno. "We wait for backup," he whispers, but we don't let him out of sight. Juno's ears twitch. She understands. Across the fire, Vale's camera clicks. Each flash lights up his face like lightning. Leaf feels the storm coming. Inside and out. Snow starts falling in fat, quiet flakes. The campfire hisses and shrinks until only red coals stay alive. Teachers hurry kids toward the dining hall. Vale hangs back, camera still around his neck. Leaf stands near the barn, Juno at his side. His phone buzzes. Sheriff Rowe's message. "Warrant signed, 10 minutes out, but 10 minutes feels like forever." Vale walks to the white van. He opens the back doors and lifts the black duffel bag. The zipper scrapes like teeth. He checks the rope, the tape, the candy. His face looks calm, almost sleepy. Mira watches from the dining hall window. She hugs. Her sketchbook. The newest drawing shows the cellar door and a small hand reaching out. She taps the glass. Leif sees her eyes. Wide, scared. "Sure." Rowe's voice crackles on the radio. "Road blocked by fallen tree. We're on foot, hold tight." Leif's heart sinks. "Copy," he says. Vale closes the van door softly. He looks left and right. He starts walking toward the old barn, the bag over his shoulder. Leif whispers to Juno, "Stay." He follows at a distance, boots silent on the snow. Inside the barn it is dark and smells of apples and dust. Moonlight slips through broken boards and makes silver lines on the floor. Vale opens the cellar door. Cold air breathes out like a ghost. He sets the bag down and takes out a small flashlight. The beam dances across stone walls. Leif steps in. "Stop right there." Vale turns slowly. He does not look surprised. "Officer Holt, I was just storing supplies." "Supplies for what?" Leif asks. "Emergency kit." Vale says, "For the kids' safety." Juno appears at the doorway, low growl rising. Snowflakes melt on her fur. Vale's eyes flick to Juno, then to the bag. "The dog is sick," he says. She doesn't understand. She understands. "Enough," Leif answers. Behind them, small footsteps crunch on snow. Mira stands in the barn entrance. She holds her sketchbook open to the last page. The drawing shows a man in the cellar, a child behind him, and Juno leaping through the dark. Vale sees the drawing and smiles. You're very talented, Mira. Art can heal pain, you know. Myra's voice comes out small but clear. Art can also tell the truth. Vale's smile fades. He takes one step toward Mira. Juno lunges. Her teeth close on Vale's sleeve. Not skin. She pulls him back like a tide. Leaf moves in, cuffs ready, but Vale is quick. He swings the flashlight and hits Life's bad knee. Life cries out and falls against the wall. Vale runs up the cellar stairs. Juno chases, dragging the torn sleeve. Snow blows into the barn like white sand. Outside, the world is turning white. Footprints disappear as fast as they are made. Leaf limps after them. Juno, guard! He shouts. Juno blocks the barn door, fur iced with snow. Vale races toward the orchard. His feet slip on the slope. He grabs a low branch and swings into the rows of frozen trees. Leaf follows, pain stabbing his knee. Radio to his mouth. Need backup now. Rose's voice. 2 minutes. In the orchard, Vale trips over a root and drops the flashlight. It rolls, beams spinning like a lighthouse. Juno is on him, barking loud enough to shake snow from branches. Vale raises his hands. Easy, girl, good dog. Juno circles, teeth bare, but she waits for Leaf. Leaf arrives, breathing hard. He points his gun at the ground. On your knees, Vale looks at Leaf. Then at Juno. You think you saved her? He says. But I was saving her from a louder world. She was already loud enough. Leif answers. You just weren't listening. Police lights flash red and blue through the snow. Sheriff Rowe and 2 deputies run up the hill. Guns raised. Rowe cuffs Vale herself. Snow covers his hair like a white cap. Myra walks through the trees, sketchbook pressed to her chest. She stops in front of Vale and shows him the last page. The drawing now has deputies, handcuffs, and Juno standing proud. Vale looks away. Rowe puts a blanket around Myra's shoulders. You okay? She asks. Myra nods. For the first time, she speaks above a whisper. I drew it right. Leaf kneels and hugs Juno. Snow melts on both their faces. The storm grows stronger, but the worst part is over. The snow keeps falling, soft and slow. Police lights paint the orchard red, then blue, then red again. Vale sits in the back of a warm car, hands cuffed, head down. The doors close with a heavy thud. Sheriff Rowe walks over to Leaf and Mira. Ambulance is on the way. Just to check you both. Myra shakes her head. I'm okay. Juno is too. She touches the dog's cold fur. Juno licks snow off Mira's fingers. Leaf's knee aches, but he smiles. We're all standing. That counts later, inside the dining hall. The other kids sit at long tables with cocoa. Steam rises like tiny ghosts. Teachers speak in soft voices. No one laughs yet, but no one cries either. Mira sits at a small table with Juno beside her. She opens her sketchbook to a fresh page. She draws Juno with wings made of snowflakes and writes one word underneath. Sasse Fe. Leaf watches from the doorway. His heart feels lighter than it has in years. Days pass. The orchard shuts down for winter, but the school keeps talking. At the next assembly, Principal Dodd stands on stage. Behind him is a big white sheet. On it is projected Myra's new drawing. Juno standing tall. Kids around her, and the words, thank you for listening. The whole school claps. Some kids wipe their eyes. Sheriff Rowe speaks into the mic. Mr. Vale is in jail. He will stay there a long time. But remember, one brave voice and one brave dog made. That happened. Myra walks up, small but steady. She takes the mic with 2 hands. I used to think my pictures were just pictures, she says. Now I know they can change things. The room goes quiet, then louder with cheers. Outside the hall, Leaf waits. With Juno, kids line up to pet her. She wags her tail so hard it knocks over a backpack. A week later, Leif drives to Mira's house. It is small and white with blue trim. Her parents invite him in for tamales. They speak little English, but their smiles say thank you many times. Myra shows Leaf a new sketch. It is of the orchard in spring, trees full of white blossoms, Juno running between them, and a girl with open arms. Leaf pins it up at the police station next to his desk. Every officer who walks by stops and looks. Winter turns to early spring, the orchard reopens. But now it has a new sign. Juno's Field, safe place for kids. Saturdays bring art classes under the trees. Juno sits in the middle like a queen. Myra talks more each week. Her voice is still. Soft, but the words come out clear. She tells other quiet kids, "Draw what scares you, then show someone." Leaf starts a small program with Sheriff Rowe. They teach kids how to trust their feelings and how dogs can help. Juno is the star every time. One warm afternoon, Leaf and Mira walk the rows of apple trees. Pink blossoms float around them like snow made of flowers. Leaf asks, "Do you still have nightmares?" Mira shrugs, "Sometimes, but now I draw them." And they go away faster. She bends down and hugs Juno around the neck. "Thank you for hearing me when I was quiet." Juno gives a gentle woof, as if she understands every word. Leif looks at the sky. It is blue and wide. He thinks about all the children he could not save before. Today, he saved one. That is enough to start healing. Back at the station, a new plaque hangs by the door. It reads, "Juno and Miracle Voices." One Hearthy reminded US to LISD, and every time Lef walks past it, he pats Juno's head. She wags her tail and keeps watching the door, because heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they have 4 legs and a girl who learned to speak.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Love Tales of Tales, for long, heartwarming pets and animals. Love stories that stay with you long after they end.